Welcome to Maths with Paru. This question is taken from P2 June 2021 paper, question 6. The question is based on circles. Here we go. Now, they have given us an equation of the circle, which is x squared minus 6x plus y squared plus 8y plus k equals 0. And they say k is a positive constant. They also say that the x-axis is a tangent to this circle. Now let's go ahead and try to find the center coordinates of the circle and the radius. So we know that if we are presented with a question like this, what we do is we complete the square. So here we go. If we complete the square for x squared minus 6x, that would simply be x minus 3, the whole thing squared, minus 3 squared. So here I have x minus 3, the whole thing squared, minus 3 squared. Then the next thing would be to complete the square for y squared plus 8y, which would be y plus 4, the whole thing squared, minus 4 squared. And then we're left with a k, which I'm going to take to the other side for the time being. So that will be equal to minus k. Now I'm going to go ahead and say that minus 3 squared is the same as minus 9, and minus 4 squared is the same as minus 16. So minus 9 and minus 16 will give me 25, minus 25. If I take it to the other side, I will end up with 25 minus k. So I can rewrite this entire equation that is given originally, which is just this one. I can rewrite this equation as x minus 3, the whole thing squared, plus y plus 4, the whole thing squared, equals 25 minus k. I hope that's clear. Now I'm going to go ahead with the information I have, and I'm going to now find the center of the circle. So the center of the circle has coordinates 3, minus 4. All right. 3, minus 4. So here we go. We have 3, minus 4, which is here. This is 3, minus 4. Now, since the x-axis is a tangent, we can clearly see that the radius is equal to 4. So we have a lot of information there. We know that the center is 3, minus 4. We know the radius is 4. So when we write our general equation of a circle, the general equation of a circle is usually this. It would be x minus a, the whole thing squared, plus y minus b, the whole thing squared, is equal to r squared. So here we can clearly say that since r is 4, r squared is going to be 4 squared. And we also have 25 minus k. So we have 25 minus k is 4 squared. And that's going to lead us to 25 minus 16 equals k, and k is equal to 9. So that answers part A. Now let's look at part B. They say the circle meets the coordinate axis at r, s, and t. So once I find k equals 9, the circle meets the coordinate axis at r, s, and t. Now let's look at r. R is where it cuts the x-axis. We can see clearly that r has to have coordinates the same as the x coordinate of the circle, the center of the circle. So r can be written as 3, 0. So that's the first thing that you have to understand. 3, 0 is r, because on the x-axis, y is 0. Now let's look at the y-axis. On the y-axis, x is 0. So we're going to equate x to 0. If we equate x to 0, we're going to simply get 0 minus 3 squared 0 minus 3, the whole thing squared, plus y plus 4, the whole thing squared, is equal to 16. Okay, so this is what we end up with. Now 0 minus 3, the whole thing squared, is going to be 9. So we have 9, and I'm 9 plus, actually I'm going to take the 9 to the other side. So that will be y plus 4, the whole thing squared, is equal to 16 minus 9. So here we have y plus, I'm going to expand the bracket, y squared plus 8y plus 16 is equal to 16 minus 9. Then if we rewrite it, we'll have y squared, because here we can cancel off the 16s on both sides. So then we have y squared plus 8y, and we bring the minus 9 to the left-hand side, and we end up with y squared plus 8y plus 9 equals 0. So here we're going to now try to solve it. We don't have pretty factors of it, so we're going to use a quadratic formula. For that, A is 1, B is 8, C is 9. If we use the quadratic formula, we have minus 8 plus or minus the square root of 8 squared minus 4 into 1 into 9. So we end up with 64 minus 36 under the square root sign over 2 times 1. So we end up with, we simplify it, minus 8 plus or minus root 28 over 2 will give us minus 4 plus or minus root 7. So we have y equals minus 4 plus root 7, or y equals minus 4 minus root 7. And that would be our coordinates for S and T. So essentially, this would probably be minus 4 plus root 7, minus 4 plus root 7, and this would be minus 4 minus root 7. Now, the question they have asked you is, they want to find the exact area of R, S, and T. So we use what we would normally use to find the area of a triangle, which is half into base into height. The base is going to be the difference between S and T, which would be minus 4 plus root 7 minus minus 4 minus root 7, which is here. And then over 2 into the height is going to be 3. So when we simplify this, the minus 4's cancel off. This minus 4 is going to cancel off with this minus 4. And we end up with 2 root 7. We'll end up with something like this, which would be a root 7 plus a root 7. So 2 root 7 into 3 over 2. 2 root 7 into 3 over 2 is simply going to give us 3 root 7. And that is our final answer. Well, I hope you understood what I explained about this sum. If you find it difficult, please just drop me a line. And thank you for watching. That's all for now. Until my next video. Goodbye.